Hi, it's Warren here from Exposed 360, and today we're going to have a look at a carry case for a PSVR. The one that we've got here is from Big Ben. It is an official licensed product from Sony for the PSVR and PS4. So let's check out how good it is and whether it's worth your money getting this one. There's a few others on the market, so hopefully we'll get to review those as they come in, but this is the first one we've got, so let's have a look at what this looks like. As an official Sony licensed product, it's allowed to have its branding on it, which is nice, but apart from that, it's really just a big case for your PSVR, for your headsets, your processor unit, and also all the cables and the power supply. There's actually quite a fair bit to store for your PSVR when you travel around, or even just for storage at home. So the first thing you notice is that it is quite bulky, but as I said before, there are quite a lot of things that needs to fit inside. So let me just fold it down and let's have a look at it. So in the carry case, there's only one zipper that goes all the way around. I kind of thought it would be nice to have two zipper, but it kind of makes sense that the handles up here, you don't want the zipper to be tying up down the bottom, because if you're holding it around, you don't want that to slide off and things falling out. So the zipper kind of goes all the way around the case, like so. The tag's still on it, I'll take that off. And let's open it up. And as you can see, everything's kind of packed in with the headset and the processing unit and the other cables, and the power supply is below the headset down here. So I will just take it out one by one and show you how it's all packed in. So I'll just move it over here for a little bit. So the concept is the bulk of the cable will sit up here. So the headset along with the extension cable that comes with it will sit here. So I'll lift this up and you can see that I've kind of trawled all the cables inside and packed it inside relatively nicely. It took me a little while. I'll pack it back up afterwards to show you how it's done. And that kind of comes over here, and you see inside it's just got a little stand to where you put your headset so it can sit nicely, it doesn't move around that much. There's not much padding up here, so I kind of would like it to have a little bit more padding up here. When the case was closed, when you're holding it, you can hear it move around a little bit. There's not much of a movement, which is fine, but I would like a little bit more padding up here. I think that would just stabilize it a little bit more, and also if it's bumping around, it won't damage it as easily. Mind you, the case it's not solid hard, but it's hard enough to cover for just knocking damages. So from here, we can just lift that up, and there's a Velcro that ties this in, and everything else kind of nicely fit inside here. And I will take out the cables that I packed in, so the USB cable, and there's a HDMI cable here that I slot in on the side, so that all sits in. It comes with some cable ties, which is nice, but they're not that expensive to get, so it's not a big deal. The processor unit just straps in here. It's just kind of an elastic, so in fact this all comes out. You can see how it fits in, and you can just slide the processor unit out here, and there it is. There's this processor unit, and there's a little zipper for you to pack away the power supply. So let's get that out. So that's basically it. That's basically all the case is. So at the bottom there's just a big gap again. There's not much padding at the bottom again. I can understand why, because it is quite bulky already. If there's even more padding underneath, it probably make it a little bit bulkier. But I just expected some soft materials that you expect, that you kind of see in the Pelican cases, where it's give it a little bit of movement, but then it sits nicely in it. That would be, I think that would be a nice fit out for it. In fact, you can probably put some in yourself, but it'll be nice for you to be able to get that with the case. The processing unit and the power cables and the other cables kind of dock sits in here, and you can put the flap back over, Velcro it back on, and slide it back in, and that's where the PSVR sits up the top here. So you can zip it all back up. Do that quickly, and here's the case. So the case, you can see the PSVR sitting over here it is quite a big unit, and there is a lot of cables to manage, and there's a processing unit to add in as well, and the power supply, so it is quite bulky. So here's what this looks like as a case. I'll attempt to pack everything in, and let's see how it goes with packing it in. So let's open it up again. Okay, let's do one thing at a time. So let's lift up the top flap and flap that over. The first thing probably want to do is put a power cable, power supply in first. Probably the easiest thing, so that's probably why I do that first. So that's all nicely snuggled in. Okay, that's good. You can probably slot in the let's see, I've got a few other cables here as well. So you can probably slot in the USB cables in here. Maybe the HDMI cable would be a little bit of a stretch because it's quite packed already, but I will put the USB cable in here. Depending on the length of your HDMI cable as well, because if you've got an extra long HDMI cable, obviously it'll take up more space. But there's actually room outside around the case. So okay, the other thing that I haven't put in is the processor unit, obviously. So that goes right in here, and that's actually pretty easy to put in. So that's nice and fitting. Slot that at the bottom of the case, as you can see. What I did before is I basically wrapped up my HDMI cable. I slot it on the side, so that fit nicely onto the side here, next to the processor unit, because there are room here, so you can. There's a few ways you can kind of slide it around. And the next thing is just Velcro the top back on, push it down, and you can put your headset and all the cables that comes with it nicely into place. So it's relatively easy to put in, zip it up, and you're ready to go. So I'll just shake it a little bit. I don't know if you can hear. Oh, it's actually not bad this time. The last time I kind of picked it up straight away, you can kind of feel the headset moved a little bit. It's actually, yeah, it's not a bad fit, but as I said, I still prefer a little bit more padding inside. Some of those soft plastic padding would be nice. I may actually fit that in myself just to pad it out a little bit, because there is a little bit of room in there for you to do that. So in Australia, this is retailing at different prices depending on where you get it from. I think you can get it from Target for around $60. I've seen online seeing it at around $70 or $80. So, but I'm sure that there'll be a few cases that will be cheaper than this or more expensive than this. I've seen a few from the States that looks quite nice, but I haven't seen them in Australia yet, so I haven't got one to try out. So what do I like it? Yeah, it's quite good. It's quite bulky, but it has to be that size to fit all your gear in. As I said before, a little bit padding will be good. The only other thing that I'm concerned about with this is, okay, let me open it up and I'll show you. Okay, I didn't really show how I wrap all the cables inside here. It's not a big deal, it's quite easy, but it would be nice to help manage the cable management a little bit better with that extension cable to the headset. And the other thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is with the extension cable, there is this cable box where you connect the headset to the extension cable. It is recommended in the instruction for this case to pack it all in here with the headset, which is fine, but this got a few sharp edges. I mean, it's not sharp edges, but I do have a little bit of concern of that sliding around and scratching the lens inside the headset. It shouldn't be a problem. I mean, the lens is kind of blocked off by this, but it's still something that I do think about. But overall, it does its job. It sits in here nicely. Everything does pack in here nicely. So I will definitely keep this for my traveling case, or even for at home. Even I'll probably leave my processor box outside with my PS4, but the headset, normally I don't leave it outside because it's a bit of a mess. I've been looking for ways to store just the headset itself, and this may be a good solution for the time being until I find something better. So hopefully I'll get to test out some of the other cases on the market, and we can do a comparison of a few, but so far this is not a bad case to go with. So this is the case from Big Ben. I think you can get this from various places in Australia and around the world. I have seen this case online being advertised. It is a Sony endorsed product, and the prices will vary depending where you are. So this is Warren from Overexposed 360. I hope you'll come back and see our other videos, our unboxing videos on PSVR, our games reviews. We're going to post up a few new games. Thanks for Sony sending us a few more games for review. So we are working on a review process, also a rating process just for VR games. We also just had the new Nikon 360 camera, the Key Mission 360 camera. So that review and first thoughts and unboxing is up now. So hopefully you can catch all that. And if you've got any comments, please let us know. Write us a comment down here on our YouTube channel. Let me know what else you want to see me review and unbox. And I hope to see you again in the next video. So it's Warren from Overexposed 360. Catch you next time.